mic going. We have now microphone going. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first Overload stream here from Revival Productions. I am James. I am a QA team member here. I have been in the QA industry for about, I guess I'd call it an industry. We're almost kind of our own thing a little bit. But I've been doing QA for about a little over 5 years now. I was at Volition previously, but now I'm here at Revival. And next to me,
I am Ben. You may recognize me on Discord as Bammer or the forums, but I usually just let Scott handle the forums.
yeah.
I am also a QA member here. This is the second title I'm working on. The first one was over at Volition as well. We're actually right across the street from there. So
Yeah, we can actually right across the street and look down and you see waveform. But we're playing the early access, early release version of the game today from Steam, just as kind of an introduction for people who may not be familiar with Overload. So yeah, a lot of you experienced Overload players. This won't be anything too new this week. We're going to be showing stuff down the line that may introduce new content. But we're just going to be going through this pretty much bare bones, show what the game's all about. Jump in, play a couple missions, jump into challenge mode, etc. But
yep, and we definitely want to interact with you guys in the chat. So if you guys have any suggestions on what you want to see throughout the streams, or if anything is sounding a little off or anything, please let us know.
Yeah. It's like our green screen might be a little gray right now, but that's okay.
We'll get some stream text.
Let's do some. Yeah, I'll show everybody. So I'm a mouse and keyboard player. A lot of people, a lot of experienced, Descent players of old and 6 Degrees Freedom players of old may have used joystick back in the day, or even the keyboard only people. I give those people respect if they could do that. I've never been able to do keyboard only.
I think when I first played Descent, I was keyboard only, but that was when I was 2. So
let's get a poll here going here. If you use keyboard only, press 0. If you use mouse and keyboard, let's get a 1. And if you are a joystick user, let's get a 2. Now, if you're one of those dual joystick people, then you're special.
So we need a kappa in chat for that one.
Yeah, we need a kappa in chat for that. All right. Well, see, I said I'm a mouse and keyboard type player. One of the things that a lot of people may know about our games is the movement options, and I'm more of a hybrid player, but a lot of people like tricording, which you'll get the max speed if you're going in 3 directions at once. And since this is a 6 Degrees of Freedom game, you're going to be moving a lot.
Yeah, we see a lot of you guys who are experienced players and a lot of the streamers that we're posting, trying to get them to do some tricording movement. It takes some getting used to for sure. But
I'll start. I'm gonna have the HUD on, the cockpit on. Normally, I'm a cockpit off type of player. I like to be able to see as much as possible, as well as the aqua primary color. That's my favorite. I don't know what everybody else's favorite is. I see people using the green. I don't see a lot of amber users out there, but
I definitely prefer the aqua. If you want the classic look, definitely the green version is really cool.
Yeah.
We do have very extensive controller support. You can have more than one controller plugged in at a time. You can have more than one joystick. You can do joystick, keyboard, mouse, any combination of all of those. So.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's just jump into the training level. Let's go to the hotshot difficulty. So this is our training simulator. It's been updated recently throughout our last few builds. Even on the new playable teaser. Go hardcore, F10, no HUD. Giant with the assist over there. Actually, I do play like that every once in a while.
Yeah.
No HUD, no cockpit. That's pretty interesting.
No HUD looks really cool if you're trying to take screenshots and stuff, if you're a more cinematic experienced player. But
all right. Now, here we are. We're in game right now. This is Overload. We're in the training level. Got the ship cockpit on. Got your impulse cannons. That is the default weapon you start with, as well as your falcons, which are just kind of a dumbfire, straightforward missile. Does good damage.
But you already missed the secret though.
Oh yeah, there is a secret back here.
So above the spawn there was one secret. At the end of every level, there's going to be a counter to how many secrets in each level you found.
And there is a lot of secrets in some of these later levels in the single player. There is quite a few secrets.
Yep. And who better to know them all than the QA team, who actually has to find them all to get achievements.
And you're the one.
Such,
so yeah, we got our first robot enemy here. This is enemy who kind of has an easy to dodge projectile blast, but if there's a lot of these in a narrow corridor, they can get pretty scary.
Yeah,
especially the damage can add up quickly if you eat like a bunch of those blasts.
And we're playing on hotshot right now, so his rate of fire is pretty high right now. If you're finding it too hard to figure your footing out in this, you can definitely turn it down. There's no shame in playing on trainee if this is your first 6th Degree of Freedom game.
Yes, just getting used to the movement in the game, because while it plays kind of like an FPS, you got your up, down, left, right, and then if you want some vomit-inducing spins, you could do that as well. I try not to spin too much. Got a nice little secret here.
Yeah, we'll probably be playing with auto leveling on pretty, at least on medium. I think we have it on. We've noticed if you're the kind of person who gets car sick and you don't have sort of a nose or a level to level yourself, you may notice a little bit of motion sickness. But once you start figuring out the controls and know what your ship's gonna do when, it gets a lot.
Let's proceed on here. We got another enemy type, similar blast type, but a little more faster and accurate. But this Cyclone Cannon, which is the second weapon we just picked up here, kind of takes care of them. The Cyclone's probably my personal favorite primary weapon. It's got a good combination of damage, speed, knockback, knockback's a pretty important factor.
Yeah, I do look extra time in this. I need to sit up this whole time.
And then I just recently picked up a couple missiles as well. Like I said, Falcons with a straight fire. You got Hunters, which have, even at their base level, they can lock onto enemies.
Yeah, they're definitely a preferred weapon in multiplayer.
So, shout-outs to a streamer I found earlier, maybe a week ago or two. He was playing Overload for the first time. It took him a solid 20 minutes to realize the big red button above his head, which these will appear quite often in later levels to open up various doors, secrets possibly. Yep. Give it a shot, you got an unlocked door. Got some more enemies in here.
Yeah, there are notifications in the UI. If you just look right above your reticle, it'll tell you, hey, door's locked. You try to keep going through it, so.
Yeah, I just picked up another missile type, but I haven't showed off the creepers yet, which is another personal favorite of mine for different playstyles. Now, you may look at this door ahead of me. Looks a little off. Ah. So, keeping your eyes open for slightly different looking walls and textures is a good way to know that there's a potential secret behind them.
Actually, if you open up the auto map.
Yeah, and now this is our auto map. Now the default key for this is tab, and this is 3D, pretty much the 3D level. You get to fly around, check out where you've been. You could even set waypoints, I believe. I'm not sure if the waypoints is in this early access yet, but later on you can put your own waypoint to be able to find your way back. And like I said, that secret showed up there. But wait a minute, this door looks a little.
We knew those were there.
Yes, we knew those were there. I'll keep that on the down low. So anyway, this is another weapon we got here. It's called the Driller. This is kind of pretty much the sniper weapon of the game, and it is a automatic single fire projectile hit scan weapon. So.
That also uses ammo instead of energy with the original ones.
So if you look at the 3 bars here, at the bottom middle of the screen, we got the blue bar, which is your shield or armor. The middle bar is your energy, which will drain the more you shoot this, as well as shoot flares. Enough flares, that is.
And Chili, I think you asked earlier, yes, you'll be able to use flares to activate the switches.
Yeah. I think in this version there was still a bug where it took like 4 flares to destroy the switch. And then there's also sticky flares. It's a good way to find your way back.
Yep.
Now, as I was saying, creepers are one of my favorite weapons. Kind of a fire and forget mine, and they do a lot of damage. Even at their base level, they can do a lot of damage to enemies.
Yeah, we've noticed a lot of our more advanced streamers that have played on Insane definitely use creepers to watch behind them all the time. It's a very useful weapon.
And picked up one more missile type in this, and this is the missile pod. which is kind of like a cross between Hunters and the Falcon missiles, which at its base level is just a dumbfire automatic missile. One of probably my second favorite secondary of the game, especially once you get it upgraded later down the line. But you see there, that was just a security key I picked up to let us finish this training level.
So in the training, there's only this one, but in many of the missions, there's going to be 2 or 3 security doors, and you'll have to find them all to get through. So there you go. We did miss a couple secrets.
I missed a couple secrets. What are QA testers for? But here's a look at the stats. I mean, this is obviously there wasn't a whole lot of enemies in this training level, but you can take a look at, you know, enemies you've killed, the damage you've taken, including damaging yourself, as well as this kind of nifty map. It's kind of a timeline of the events that occur in the level.
It's the creepers. Come on.
I did miss those extra creepers, as well as more detailed stats about your primary weapon usage and what the enemies did to you as well.
So if you guys are stats oriented, that's definitely the page to go to if you want to min-max everything.
Yeah, it'll keep track of time and everything else as well. I took 5 minutes on that training level. That's
we were explaining a lot.
That might be a new record.
The security keys, yes, do all look the same. So they're not going to be colored security keys like you might be used to. There will be a counter in the UI. We can point that out next time we collect one. But you'll be able to tell how many there are, and every door has the number of keys that you need to get through it.
So if you go online right now, you can get our free playable teaser, which has that training level, which we just updated recently, the 3.0 version of the playable teaser, as well as the Outpost demo level. Which let's do it on Ace.
Oh, we're doing it on Ace.
We're gonna do it on Ace.
You're the one playing.
So, Outpost it's not tied to the story at all. It's just kind of a bonus mission, which you can add on yourself. I think that we have the file listed.
Yes. If you keep tuned on our website, we will post updated versions of that. I know if you've had an old version, we do have an updated version.
Yeah. So right now on the new playable teaser, this map has been updated. It has music now.
Yes.
So right now this is silent. So I think you know what? I'm gonna get some music on. Let's listen to that great music we were listening to a second ago. Oop, I might have closed it. Oh well, shoot. I'll blaze through this then.
All right. Do the early access levels after this as well, but we do want to show off what you can play right now. As you were saying, this level and the previous training level.
So there is no sequences. So let's see if I can.
And if you guys are on Twitch and want to link to the teaser right now, just type !teaser.
This is a pretty dangerous enemy. One of the few melee bots of the game that just get in your face, and then on higher difficulty levels, they can do a lot of damage very quickly.
Yeah. If they keep you in front of them, they can hit you multiple times.
I'll pick up a few bonus weapons here. We got another new weapon here. This is called the Flak. It's another bullet type weapon, so it has to use the underneath that yellow energy bar that is your bullets. And this is a short range, kind of a burst fire automatic gun. It's really nice for staggering enemies, like for single groups or small groups of enemies. It can really kind of stop them from attacking you.
Pyro, we will have non-Steam versions as well.
Yes, there's DRM-free versions out there.
Yeah. But easier to
I say it right in that situation, the Flak is not your weapon of choice.
Yeah, entering a new room like that, you definitely want a more ranged weapon usually, especially on a higher difficulty like this.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I missed a secret back there. I'm gonna go get that. There was a driller I could have gotten.
In the wall over here.
Yeah, I think I did. There it is.
Our old friend again.
Let me some driller. So this map has been shown quite often. This is it's been on the original playable versions for a while. But yeah, like I said, on the new playable teaser update, this map does have music. So yeah, in situations like this, I always want to go for the shredders first. It's a big part of this game, especially once you get up to higher difficulty levels. You really kind of need to isolate which types of enemies to attack first, especially in rooms, narrow rooms, where they can really lock you down and do a lot of damage. And later on, there's some exploding enemies, which are quite painful. Now this is...
Yeah. Yoshi was mentioning in the chat here the challenge mode stats. When we go through challenge mode, which we plan on doing at least one during the stream, we can show you how to do things like that.
Yeah. So I just fired there. That's the Thunderbolt. It is a chargeable cannon. It does quite a lot of damage once you get a charge. It doesn't do quite as much damage once you fire it once, but when you get the upgrades for this weapon later down the line, it's pretty painful. One of the downsides, though, is that you can't just hold it forever, which I'll start showing here. Ooh, had to release it. So yeah, if you hold the weapon long enough, it will start damaging you.
Still a favorite in challenge mode, but definitely got to keep an eye on that and get the timings right.
Yeah. So its base version is strong when you charge it up, but it does not have the great aspect of the plus version, which will penetrate enemies and take out 2 or 3 at once.
Yeah.
Now it's quite easy to get lost in these dark caves. That's when the headlight comes into play. Now, the headlight does take energy as well, but it's generally not too much. We're taking some damage here.
There are upgrades as well in between levels, which if you played early access, you've seen most of them. I think we have hit a couple from you guys.
Yeah.
Definitely hit a couple weapons from you guys. Which, if we stay tuned, we might be revealing some more, but I can't necessarily promise. We'll definitely be revealing some story elements in Saturday's stream, though. So, stay tuned for that.
So like I said, these caves are pretty easy to get lost in. Like I said, I've played this level 100 times and I just got myself lost. So I'm already back at the beginning. But
that's
now
where things like
yeah.
the auto map and the holo guide, which I don't think we've shown off.
No, we haven't shown off yet. I'm not sure if this holo guide works on this level. It does. So there is our handy dandy holo guide. And like I said, it is leading me to the reactor. Now when you call him up, he will go to the next available, pretty much crypt path waypoint of the mission. You can do all sorts of various things. Like let's see if you can find me an energy. Oh, there's no energy power-ups available. There we go. Bring me some armor. I guess he wants to bring me down here.
Some armor down here. Alright then.
Got 2 shoulders open. And let's get him. Let's take me to that reactor. So he does take energy as well, and you can't use him all the time, but he is a very useful feature. So this is the reactor. Majority of the missions in this game, you're going to be trying to find and destroy this reactor.
Overload the reactor.
You gotta overload it. And now what we have here, those purple objects, those are shielded right now because of the reactor. Those are auto-op generators who will just keep spewing out enemies right in your face until you destroy this reactor. So, alright, we got it destroyed here.
Once the reactor is destroyed, you've got a set amount of time on lower difficulty stuff. You've got a little bit.
So Hologuide will point them out for you, but if you want to find it on your own, it's always fun. But usually it's pretty nearby, so you'll see it a lot of times on your playthrough, and just got to make note of it, as well as finding it on your auto map. So let's go ahead and complete this level.
Well, maybe this version of the outpost wasn't updated.
I don't know, this could be it. This is a slightly older version. Like I said, check out the stats here. I missed a couple secrets.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and move on to the Chronos Frontier. Now this is going to be the story-driven campaign of the game. Right now on the early access, there is no story in there. You can find the audio logs, but there is no text or audio right now.
Correct.
And right now on the early access, you can get these 5 levels. Just I think fairly recently they added Titan Workshop.
Yeah, I think we added Titan Workshop in Drop 9, which was about a month ago.
Yeah, about a month ago or so, we added Titan Workshop. It's a really fun level, pretty challenging.
Yeah.
Let's go to my favorite speedrunning level.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Let's just do Hot Shot.
Yeah, James and I pretty recently had a speedrun competition.
Oh yeah, we did do a speedrun. That was pretty fun. It did better than I thought. It was. I'm pretty sure I could do a little bit faster.
Yeah, I think I could have too.
So this is the Tarvos mission. As you can see, shout outs to my favorite Rush album, 2112. That's when it was established. But yeah, this is one of your standard mission objectives where you seek out, overload the reactor, find your way to the exit. Now, in the full version later down the line, there's going to be some more story in the pre-mission screens, including some cutscenes.
Mm-hmm. Got an AI that'll accompany you throughout your missions as well.
So what do we see here? It's our good friend.
It's another switch.
So a lot of missions here, you'll shoot the switch, but it's not immediately clear what opens. So this is where there's a lot of search, a lot of discovery in this game through the levels, which is great. You find all sorts of secrets, including some useful power-ups.
If you're only really interested in getting through the levels, the Hollow Guide can definitely get you through the levels, but you're gonna miss out on a whole lot of these upgrade points.
Yeah, you're gonna miss a lot. This is, like I said, this is an example of an upgrade point. So this is what you use when you progress through the story. After missions, you get to upgrade your ship, you get to upgrade your weapons, your secondaries, your pretty much everything in terms of armor, abilities, even your boost timing if you want to boost longer.
Yep. Which does come into play in a super late level, but I'm not going to say more than that.
So that's a first example of one of our infamous hit scan enemies, who they're tough to dodge. They generally, their damage isn't going to be too high compared to some other robots, but they can put a hurting on you. Now those ones in particular, they kind of have a short range. They pretty much are using the flat cannon.
Yep.
So if you're far enough away, they won't be able to hit you. Like I said, these blue orbs, that is more armor.
These monitors scattered throughout the levels. They may not appear to do much, but you may find yourself rewarded for blowing them all. Rewarded.
So I'm trying to play the level like it's kind of like my first time, because I could beat this level pretty quickly usually.
Oh,
nice
the
dodge.
juke!
Got me with the juke.
No, you can use multiple different ways to switch weapons. Slick. You can use the mouse scroll to switch weapons. There's also using keyboard buttons, so one will swap between the first two, two will swap between the second two.
As well as, like right now, I use mouse wheel down for secondaries, and mouse wheel up for primaries, which I only have one.
There is also one of those blow-up menus that you saw for like the Hollow Guide. Yeah, it definitely takes a mind controller and mouse keyboard support, so it feels tight on whatever controller you use.
So right now I'm trying to find the first security key of the level. Ooh, got some enemies up above me. I gotta shoot my monitors. Let's see where this guy
Well, it can be useful in more complicated levels to shoot these monitors out to sort of just leave a sort of a breadcrumb trail behind.
So this is an example of the cryopod bay, which you may remember from older games. And you rescue survivors. This is the survivors, and you're tasked with picking them up. And when you pick all of them up in the level, you get an extra bonus upgrade point. So always try to seek them out. You can usually find them in the auto map. There'll be blue cylinders if I hadn't picked them up.
Yep.
And these bays all look fairly similar.
We can show that off next level too.
Yeah. And picking up those cryopods may or may not have an impact later in the game.
May or may not.
May or may not.
Did you want to show off that audio log over there?
Oh yeah. So right here, this is an audio log. Right now, obviously in early access, they are not playing, but in the full version later down the line, we have fully acted out audio lines from all of our talented voice actors and actresses.
Yep.
That really tie into the story about what's happening on these outer moons around Saturn.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not going to get too much into the story today. We may do that down the line, but we'll be sure to definitely add some spoiler tags.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably not play through, you know, too much of the game either, though.
Yeah, we're not going to try to
reveal some of the spoilers.
Let's see what's in here. Ooh. Trap me.
In that case, the switch was right below the door that was locked. So
yeah, this is another audio log.
So some auto ops will drop the logs, so sometimes it benefits you to actually go through and destroy all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of you guys have already pointed out the soundtrack in this game. Each level is going to have its own track. Ideally, we'll have a soundtrack available.
Yeah.
So, not sure if it's going to be at launch or if that's going to be a post-launch thing. But
Alright, looks like I found the first security key. That dang Luke putting enemies there.
There's a lot of these
always
little
add those
ambushes
traps,
too. This level's got a handful of them, and especially later levels, even in Skull, the next level that we're going to be going to, there's a lot of these little ambush areas. That's another one right there. So some doors will be locked until you accomplish something like collecting the key. Some doors will be unlocked by collecting or destroying the switch.
Huh. Aha!
That was there too.
Oh, so here's our first example of the dreaded scorpion.
So another melee bot.
Very familiar design to a lot of these veterans of the series. He is a melee bot. Well, he's heavily damaged at the moment, considering how much I put into him. Yeah, one more shot needed. We got another example of our upgrade point.
So usually these secret rooms will contain really, powerful upgrades.
Yeah.
Things like super missiles as well, which lets you collect missiles over your missile cap limit. So if you see in the bottom right, each missile has its own amount of ammo to it. So the Falcon, we're at 6, and then the bar under the ammo is how close you are to max capacity. So right now we can still collect more Falcons and Hunters at this point, but not too many more Hunters.
Alright, took him out. This room on later difficulties, you definitely kind of want to kite some of these enemies around because they can really melt your life bar.
Yeah, it gets brutal.
So this game is a considerable challenge on higher difficulties, where on lower difficulties you can probably blaze through the level pretty quick. On higher difficulties, you're gonna be you may want to be saving and quitting every once in a while to make sure you don't die.
So we do have quick saving available and saving from the menu in every level that will immediately place you right back to where you were in the level, which can be somewhat dangerous if you save in a situation where you immediately die. However, you can also just restart from the start of the level at any point in any level. So if you do find yourself stuck in one of those situations, you may find yourself starting all the way over.
So yeah, need to find the second security key, but this seems to be the only way to go. Oh!
Aha!
Luke strikes again. Found another secret there.
So there are plenty of secrets, and don't worry if you miss collecting a weapon in a certain level, you'll be able to pick them up later as well.
So here is one of our few power-ups in the game. This is Overdrive. Now this exponentially increases your fire rate for all your primary weapons, as well as you get infinite ammo. So I'm not spending any power or energy when I'm shooting here. So you can just fire away until your timer, which right underneath there at the bottom, is running out. And it's going. see some green. Hey, you can't make a scene if you ain't got the green, so.
And in the training level, we saw an energy center. Right now, it's also not going to be relevant because we've got so much energy, but if you dip below 100 energy, at any point you can go through one of these energy areas, and
it'll be highlighted yellow here on the map.
And you'll replenish your energy back up to 100. So
yeah, I love looking at the map. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Really kind of shows you everything. Like you said, there's areas you're going to be returning to, like that passed earlier underneath the exit, which is kind of near the beginning of the level. But yeah, if you're under 100, you can get back up to 100 here, as well as the yellow orbs, which increase your energy. I'll pick up. That looks enticing.
What did you get yourself into?
And more ambushes. So always be on your toes. There's going to be plenty of ambushes.
And we've got an Ottawa fabricator up there, which we had seen in the outpost. This one isn't shielded though, so we can go ahead and take care of that. You're already at some low armor.
Yeah, that kind of I dipped my health there. Let's put this back up here. Oof, let me just shoot myself real quick. Right into the wall.
So as you can see, it can definitely be convenient to kite some mods before you enter a large room, such as this, which opens up into a huge cave here.
Yeah.
Again, probably a good place for headlights and flares. They will still be using energy because we haven't gotten it upgraded. A necessary precaution.
Ooh, got another audio log. There we go. That's what I was really after. Use some hunters. Yeah, looks like we got a weapon on the other side here.
Caves especially can be a little easy to get lost in. We do also have sticky flares, where if you hold the flare, it'll launch a, I don't want to say permanent because it'll eventually go away, but it's, I think right now it lasts, what, 15 minutes?
I think they're about 15 minutes, and you can only launch 10 of them before the last one will disappear. So you can have 10 of them out at once.
There was an example of some super missiles. You could see they were glowing a little bit extra yellow, so that let him get some beyond the cap. You can see right now he's got 26, which is a significantly higher number than we had before.
Super missiles are my favorite.
You ended up getting that driller.
Oh yeah, gotta go get that driller.
Oh well, now that we're in the reactor room.
I'm running. I'm getting blown away.
There you go.
I think I found it. There it is.
Just on the other side of that grate. We got our good friend the driller again. And so, because we played the training and outpost as their own independent levels, the weapons didn't carry over. But now that we're in the Chronos Frontier series of missions, you will see progression of your weapons that you collect throughout the levels, and upgrade points, obviously. So usually you'll find the reactor rooms heavily guarded. We had a bunch of auto-ops in here. I think James is taking care of all of them.
Yeah, I think that's it. So like this is the first example of a reactor that you'll see in the main story, and later on these rooms are going to get much more difficult. Get a lot more enemies, a lot more auto-ops, more auto-ops generators, kind of like you saw.
Yep. Some shielded, some not. If we get to it, you'll be able to see a few more of these reactor rooms. We may only be looking to do about one more single player level before we try to dive into challenge mode for a while here. Just try to take some
on the way out here. Alright, that was Tarbos.
There you go. This time there's explosions happening behind you. Little Death Star run there. Little Saturn moons. So
Tarbos, probably my favorite, like I said, my favorite level to speed run right now.
We've gotten very efficient at it. As you can see, we did miss a few
missed
secrets.
a few secrets, missed an upgrade point. So
I think
like I said, you kind of have to go
I think
back.
I know where those were.
Yeah, we might know where they're at. May have to go back and try to find them on your own. You never know. Let's go ahead and we'll just go on to the next mission here. Like I said, I got a bunch of upgrade points. This is our upgrade.
Yeah, so this is the
Screen.
first time you guys are seeing the upgrades menu. So every weapon will have an upgrade that you can upgrade with upgrade points, and then there will be super upgrade points that you'll be able to collect in later levels.
And that'll take you to the max upgraded version of the weapons, which gets really strong actually, as well as your final upgrades for your ships. Like you can upgrade your armor, you can upgrade your maximum ammo, even the smash stat. That's something we haven't shown yet. So there's a boost mechanic in the game, which is kind of similar to the old afterburner in the old games. But in this, if you press attack while you're boosting, you'll actually smash into enemies, and you can actually gain some health back if you successfully destroy a ship with it. And this is one I like to buy a lot. This takes, you could use a headlight as much as you want without draining any energy. But
Yeah, that's usually my first go-to upgrade.
I think I want to upgrade. Let's do the Cyclone. So right now the Cyclone's base level, it has limited range, and this first upgrade pretty much takes off that range requirement.
Yep.
As well as my second favorite upgrade, Missile Pod Plus. So now you got your Hunters, which already track, and now your Missile Pods track as well, but not quite as good as the Hunters.
Yeah.
And let's see, what else can I buy?
Do we have enough left over for it?
I got it. There we go.
I think in earlier versions it's cost 1, I think, but we had to bump that up a little.
The Shroud Eye, you're correct. Smash Plus Invulnerability is it's a legit tool. It may or may not give you a large damage increase. Found one.
There we go. And as you can see, we still have the Falcon ammo that we had from last one. If we switched to the Falcons. But you can end the game with well over 100 ammo of all of your missiles if you're you're that well, what's the word?
Conservative with your use. Yeah, you can. I've gotten up to about, I think I've had 80 Falcons before.
Yeah. Missile pods for sure, because those will give you like 50 every time you get a super one.
So yeah, upgrading the Cyclone's usually one of my favorite paths in single player. It's such a good, reliable weapon from both long range, close range. Like I said, I pretty much stunned that Claw and Scorpion. Another upgrade point.
That is the reflex cannon on the other side of here, but
I cannot get it right now.
So you'll find these similar to how we found the driller last time. You might be able to see the weapon first, but it may not be immediately identifiable. Oh, okay, and yeah, when you start a new level, you'll always be set to at least 100 armor and energy. So don't worry if you just barely made it out of the last level. You'll be back with at least enough stats to get you through.
Oh, one of those little guys in me.
They're tricky.
Alright, we got another security door.
Other side.
Where are all these enemies coming from?
Aha. So you'll definitely start seeing grouped fabricators spitting out a ton of auto ops. It gets a little tricky when there's more than one fabricator that's also shielded.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, looks like we got our security key.
There we go. So you can see the ones on the side of that door. Oh yeah, I was gonna point it out. In the bottom left above the Cyclone, you'll see 3 little icons there. The top one is the security keys that you have. So right now you can see that we have level 1 access because we collected 1 key. Below that is the upgrade point, and then below the upgrade point are the super upgrade points. So you can keep track of
that dodge.
levels.
Sorts of pickups here. may saw that earlier. We got our reflex cannon now.
There we go.
So this is used to be my favorite weapon, but Cyclone kind of took over.
Yeah.
It's your automatic but bouncy weapon.
Okay. So you, I think we had Fazan, I don't know, talking about the fabricators and when they get activated. It depends on each of them. There are some fabricators. There are some fabricators that get active when you get close to them. There are some that just will always be activated. Oh, you activated it!
Oh, too late.
So, for instance, this fabricator we could have destroyed from up here before it ever activated.
You recognize that purple glow from just far enough away. A weapon like the reflex. Be able to take it out. Yep, there we go.
Well, we did activate it by going through that little area right there.
So reflex may become an interesting weapon for possibly some things to find later down the line.
Yeah, I know a lot of you guys have been theory crafting over in our Discord how useful the reflex is going to be on higher difficulties, and as you can see right there, that does definitely have some usefulness.
Yeah, you're not right. You're not wrong at all. I mean, yeah, you are right.
You are right. Yeah, you're right.
But, when you upgrade the reflex, it becomes even scarier. Is that when it reflex, it'll start actually tracking towards an enemy by a certain degree. So in narrow corridors, it will sneak up on this guy.
There we go. Got the smash attack in. Just to reveal 2 scorpions right there.
Yeah, 2 scorpions really kind of baited me into it.
But the path we're taking through this facility right now isn't necessarily the most efficient. If we did want to find the most efficient, again, we could be using our automap or the holo guide to tell us the way to go. But again, we're trying to find a bunch of secrets and stuff all around. But, there you go. The challenge mode upgrades will maybe earn pulse the gates. That's a good question. We have been resetting the challenge mode leaderboards in between drops, but I am actually not sure if we're going to be keeping something.
So some of these crowdpod bay doors will be locked. See, they're hidden behind there. That's what they'll look like on the auto map when you're trying to find them.
Correct. The reflex does not do self-damage, but missiles will.
From Rocco's Modern Life, when they say don't push the big red button, which I think in the show might have been green button, be sure to press it. Always be saving your fellow scientists, geologists.
Fellow humans in this auto-op infested facility.
Alright, so we're moving on here. Got our second key. Oh, they're on your log.
You may recognize this as back to the start of the level.
Yeah. So we are trying to find the second door, which we passed a little bit earlier. Should just be down this way here. Oh, got more enemies.
Some of these guys don't expect you to be posting through that
accidentally
door.
clicked away from the screen. There we go.
Nice.
Got all sorts of
Did fix that recently.
These scorpions, they're even with headphones on, they sneak up on you.
Yeah, sound cues are super important in this game. If you try to play challenge mode with your own music playing too loud or without headphones at all, it gets a little tough.
Alright, we got another super missile here.
Some super hunters.
Oh, yeah.
That's how that works.
Trusty Cyclone saves the day. And this is what the ammo drops look out if you want to pick up more. It
will lock now. I think in previous early access versions, which is the one that we're using, we hadn't, but if you pick up the Playable teaser now, that functionality should be in.
So this is an example of what we call lockdown rooms, where at first it just kind of looks like an empty room where not much going on in here.
Okay.
But let's see. Oh, we got this. Looks like a overdrive. So now the door's locked, and you must kill. It said target remaining up there at the top. Must kill those types of enemies to actually be able to progress out of this room again.
So these auto-ops in these lockdown rooms are sort of special. They'll teleport in, and then you've got to kill this set pool of them. As you saw, the lockdown room didn't start until he picked up the overdrive. So sometimes you'll get baited into starting these lockdown rooms after picking up a power-up or something that's in the room. Other times immediately after.
Yeah.
So,
And there's often a decent reward after completing these. So I said I completed that. And, there you go, I got another door and another upgrade point. So normally that is locked if you didn't start this lockdown room, but that is another way, because this is a purely optional room. You don't have to go through this room to actually complete the mission.
So as we say too, you might find it useful to save before entering certain doors, so if you do get overwhelmed or enter a lockdown room with too low of armor.
So pretty much moving along here to the end of this level.
So I think we got a request to turn the music down just slightly.
Got a little bit of music. Alright, yeah. Music did sound a little loud to me as well. So here's our sound options. Let's lower this to 10.
Yeah. So you can blast this when you're playing this at home.
Oh yeah.
If you want to be able to hear this, we'll go ahead and adjust that for you. We can show off a little bit of the joystick capabilities too, because I know a lot of you guys were talking about it earlier in the stream too. There's definitely a ton of
enemies in this cave here.
Yeah. Well, again, this is a reactor room area, so a lot of these are going to be a lot more heavily guarded than other rooms such as. I think this one actually has shielded fabricators, right?
Oh yeah, this one has shielded fabricators, so those cannot be destroyed.
You overload the reactor. Right, we got it. And definitely like, yeah, as you can see on Ace, it gives you 40 seconds.
There it is.
Turn around in the caves a little bit there. Another ambush. Just get out of there.
Just get it out of there. So they may bring back some feelings if you've played, the games. This is kind of based on that terror feeling if you don't know where the exit is. You see that countdown going.
Yeah.
Especially there's a few testy ones later into the main story where it's a race a little bit to get back in time.
Oh yeah. I think
let's see. Should we move on to some challenge mode for a little bit?
Yeah, we can do some challenge mode. If you want to go through some of the other like options and stuff that we have in the game, so we can go through that.
Right now, I got a couple super upgrade points, but unfortunately can't spend them. But like you said, you could be able to upgrade missile pod tubes, etc.
So we had a couple of questions. Wait, could you explain that one? Just like go down, just drag it down so I could see more. Or I guess Ed's answering some of your guys' questions too. So he should get you in YouTube land. Again, we're simultaneously streaming this across multiple streaming platforms.
Going here. What did you want to take a look at?
Let's go to some of the options real quick too. And if we go to control options and the joystick options, so there's plenty of options we can do right now. It doesn't look like we've got a controller plugged in.
Yeah, I don't have I usually have my Xbox controller plugged in there, but not right now.
We won't spend too much time in this menu, but I want to show it off for some of you guys asking. Go to the remap controller. So here we can get to just a ton of different options. You can use different joysticks at the same time. It'll identify all of them, so you can set one joystick to be like a turn left, you can set one to be a turn right even, you can do specials on one hand and just primaries on the other.
There's even more commands if you want to. You can set, switching weapons to different buttons, select wheels, as well as some of the other things. You can actually set smash attack, which normally is a button combo where you press boost and then an attack button. You can actually set that to a single button press if you want to,
right,
which is pretty useful for people using joysticks or limited keys sometimes.
Yeah.
Or if you have enough buttons on your joystick keyboard,
you might as well just throw it on there too.
Even quick save button. You can toggle the cockpit, the HUD, and if you're a VR player, you can also reset it.
Yeah, this does have VR support for the Oculus and Vive, which maybe we'll show off on a later stream if we could figure out how to do all of that. But
usually more options.
So the primary auto select for newer players, it might be worth keeping to default, but a lot of experienced players, and myself included, would probably recommend not having that on.
Yeah.
Just in case you pick up, a new primary in the middle of combat. You don't want to be caught off guard by accidentally having the wrong weapon selected.
And this is I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's a slide modifier.
So there's a ton of stuff to explore here. We're not going to go too in depth here because how exciting is it to watch us play through menus? But just wanted to show off how much customization there really is for you to fine tune whatever controller you want to actually use.
Like I said, you can even swap if you want your primaries to be on the right side of the screen. You can set it as well. Cockpit on. All right, do you want to hop in and play some challenge mode?
Yeah, let's play some challenge mode.
Right,
Switch seats some challenge mode.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the hot seat.
All right. So I'm also a mouse keyboard player usually.
But do you play it with it inverted or non-inverted?
I do not play inverted. Were you playing inverted?
Yes, I play inverted.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and switch that out.
It's weird. I play a lot of FPS on PC, but normally I use obviously I don't play a game like Counter-Strike or something inverted, which would be really weird. But for any game with flying, I feel like it has to be inverted for me.
All right, before we hop into challenge mode, which as you'll see, this new pilot barely has any records.
Go to the upgrades, view upgrades real quick.
All right, so there's a bunch of different upgrades that you'll get. Your experience points that you get in single player with the pilot that you're using right now will actually upgrade these, as well as making progress in challenge mode will grant you these. So we already had enough XP to unlock the Thunderbolt and Time Bomb in challenge mode, which by default you don't have those. The next upgrades you'll see starting armor, you get some more armor, you get some more boosts. So as you play the game, you're gonna get a lot more upgrades in challenge mode.
Mm-hmm.
We also currently have full leaderboards, which
look at that chili bus out there. How you doing out there? I see you at number 1.
Yeah, that's in rookie though. That doesn't count. Oh, my score, yeah. We won't worry about that one. Let's go all the way up. So wow, there's already a ton of these here.
Oh yeah,
but
there's one doing his hot shot runs, his marathon runs.
Could catch him streaming usually. These top 3 are the big guys in our Discord right now, the rookie pilots.
Mm-hmm.
I think Miasmic might already be a hotshot pilot. Almost.
I think so as well.
So you've got these full leaderboards. You can see different difficulties. Scroll through all these. Birdseye is another big one that we always see up there.
Yeah, he makes some incredible runs.
Shredda, I see you in chat here. Shredda. Top 20, not bad.
Ooh, Terminal.
Overtaking Birdseye for this one. Do we have any insane plus setters here?
207.
There we go. So QA, I'm usually playing the game on trainee mode, sometimes with auto-op functionality completely off. So I don't claim to be that good at this game. Hotshot's usually what I'll play on. So you can either play it straight from here, or you can choose it from here, and from here you'll be able to see your pilot's high scores. I think I want to hop into Blizzard. As you can see here, oh, ignore that. It's going to say 100,000 points. Apparently on this version.
Yeah, it's just still slightly outdated. It hasn't been quite updated yet.
So this is one of the ones that we have available on early access right now. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and play one of the ones that's available on the playable teaser right now.
So that'd be Caverns or
Yeah, so these two are available right now on the Playable teaser. You won't be able to record high scores to Steam. You'll get your local
yeah, I'll be a local
leaderboards.
leaderboard.
But if you wanted to get a taste of this, I'll go ahead and just play cameras for you guys.
So here's a screen where you can pretty much choose your starting primary weapons. For doing infinite, you only get to start with 2 of each. Countdown, you get to start with a little bit more, since Countdown's spawn times are a little more aggressive and more enemies will appear earlier in the game.
So I know a lot of you guys have a lot of opinions on what the most efficient builds for these are. I'm going to go ahead and show off some more weapons that we haven't really shown off in the single player. And I'm going to take Hunter and Creeper because I'm not always good at aiming, and you know, those are fine. You can also randomize these if you want to just, you know, have some fun, hop in here.
And anytime you set them, it'll keep them for this place setting until you change them again. When you relaunch the game, I think it's a new random set. But
yeah. And there's already a lot of discussion in our challenge mode channel in the Discord on efficient builds for efficient or for different maps. So
yeah, shout out to the Crusher fans out there. I love Crusher.
All right. Let's see how good I do. I'm usually the Mac tester here, so playing on someone else's PC is going to be quite a trip for me. Hey, there's a cloak.
Yeah, early cloak.
I'm actually not going to pick that up yet. It's usually more efficient to keep these power-ups until you desperately need them. I do say desperately.
I saw one of my favorite meme images on the Discord was you needed vulnerability to get more than 100 kills in Countdown. Prove me wrong.
Is that Chili, our resident dank memer?
Yeah.
So these challenge maps will have a different set of auto-ops that you're going to encounter.
Yeah. Each map has different spawn waves. The spawn waves themselves are slightly random, but they're pretty consistent for every map's going to have certain enemy types. So yeah, challenge mode are pretty much our most straightforward form of the game right now. Where it's pretty much kind of a horde type mode. Your goal is to stay as alive as long as possible, get as many kills. And different enemies have different score amounts, and if you string kills together, you get a little slight extra bonus.
See, we got super auto-ups that spawn in every now and then. These guys pack a lot more firepower than just these normal guys.
So there's different like special waves that can happen. Like I said, you always get prompted as to which one's going to be happening. Like in that case, it was the super auto-up, which usually is the first few ones you see, and then the longer you're into a match, you may see even more scary ones, like 3 of them spawn at once, as well as ambushes, which are not fun. A poorly timed ambush can end a run really quickly.
Oh, and I am playing the infinite variant. There is the countdown variant, which James had alluded to. The infinite variant is going to be a little bit more ramping. So you'll notice I'm sort of able to fly around for like power-ups early game, and as it goes on, there's going to be a lot more auto-ups spawning in. In Countdown, though, you're pretty much starting right into it.
Countdown starts right away, 4 or 5 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, you got 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
And then once you survive the 5 minutes, there's a little 6-second counter beyond that. So if you wanted to throw out some creepers there, those can still actually get you points, which I've noticed a lot of you guys doing.
So both modes have different kind of play styles. This Infinite is more about the marathon session. You're trying to prolong your life while getting as many kills. You don't actually have to take every engagement right away. You can kite enemies as long as you want. While Countdown, it's a different. Like I said, it's pretty much balls to the walls at the very beginning of the game.
Yep.
And it's about juggling. For one thing, you want to make time with it, and that's the only way to pretty much maximize your kills. Yeah, but keeping your combo going, consistent kills. If you kite enemies too long, you're just taking away what your total really is. Let's see, what are some of your guys' favorite maps? I'm a Blizzard fan. I love that map for some reason. I do best on it. Heard a lot of people saying that Syrinx, Centrifuge.
A lot of you guys have been trying to
Roundabout.
do min-max Labyrinth a lot too. I've
Oh
noticed.
yeah. Labyrinth's a fun map.
Alright, that cloak
Yeah,
is...
Chili Bus. I know Chili Bus is a Syrinx fan. Got a few hives, a few pipelines. Pipeline's gone through a few changes.
Yeah. We noticed a lot of people were just sort of sitting back and sniping, so made some design changes.
Yeah, pipeline got a little bit of a change, a little bit shorter.
Maybe I could have played on Ace. Maybe I'm better than I give myself credit for.
You got the string behind you. So extra aiming ability. Maybe the higher frame rate from not playing on Mac.
Playing on Unity on the Mac isn't an everyday enjoyable experience. At least FPS wise. The game's still fun.
Sniping is a legit strategy. Oh, you got my favorite.
So I have
you got the
there.
You got the
I'm
you
gonna
switched
switch
the
that
automatic.
So if you guys caught what I did there, which I did pretty quickly.
Yeah.
How many kills is this?
So in both modes, actually I think it's less kills in the countdown. I think it's 20 kills.
I think it is less.
But in Infinite, once you get to 25 kills, you get whatever.
There's 25k points.
Oh yeah, 25k points. Whatever equipped secondary you have will now be upgraded to a final version randomly. However, you can choose which one you want by pressing the holodeck button, which is something we've implemented recently as well. So if you have a preferred max upgraded version of a weapon, you can select it in challenge mode now. Before it was a little more punishing. It was kind of a random chance of you getting which one you want.
Yeah.
So give a little bit more control to your run.
So you'll notice too the combo bonus here. This encourages trying to enter combat as often and as fast as possible to string together as many kills. You get bonus points for it.
Yeah, it's definitely kills. I thought it was kills.
Okay.
Yeah, so 25 kills, 50 kills, and then at 50 you get a primary weapon upgrade, which as I said, he switched to the automatic crusher, which is pretty fun weapon. I like the single fire strong shot. I'm kind of up which one I think stronger at the time.
Right there, the Falcon got upgraded because we got to 75.
You stick with the tracking Falcon?
Yeah, I did that time.
So Falcons,
Let's go ahead. And
normally they're kind of a forgotten weapon up until if you get this upgrade for Falcons.
This guy has no idea what's going on now because I got the cloak.
Yeah. Oh, ambush.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's the perfect time to have cloak.
It is the perfect time to have cloak. Oh no.
Okay, time to bust out the time bomb.
There you
So here's a weapon we haven't shown quite yet. Time bomb.
go. Boom. So go ahead and slow down all time.
As well as stuns a lot of the enemies nearby with the explosion. It does a little bit of damage, as well as completely disorients a lot of the robots.
Here we go.
In challenge mode, it can be a lifesaver a lot of the times. It'll get you out of a hairy situation, run for some health.
Oh yeah. If you're about to die, you launch a time bomb. That's what it is.
Yeah. Now the thing is though, health only really spawns from enemies you destroy. So just running from the engagement isn't necessarily going to let you heal.
There's another time bomb I have dropped. You may find visiting different areas of the map too, sort of get you out of some sticky situations, but you'll find that as you play the maps too, where the good camping spots are.
Which is really, yeah.
Alright.
Shout out to achievements.
Yeah. So achievements are in early access right now too, so you can start earning those. Oh!
Down. How many did you get? I didn't see what you found.
Got 100 something. That's that's reasonable.
Alright,
That's
alright,
respectable.
Okay, I wasn't sure if health. Okay, health
Yeah.
does spawn as well.
It'll spawn, but in sort
It'll
of.
stop at 500 kills.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
So if you're good enough to get the rookie high score.
Yep. All right, let's take a look at your stats here. It's not too
Up
bad.
until I was...
Guardians, those are different. Guardians are one of the scarier enemies. They're a hit scan enemy. They fire fast. They do a lot of damage. Pretty dang good score there. Got some.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
So I like looking at this kind of your over time.
Yeah, so the kill count goes up and the armor count just
Yeah,
goes
it
down.
Started really ramping up there. All
I'll
right.
use the driller for like one shot.
Not bad.
All right.
Let's do a quick countdown.
Do a quick count.
Let's
Want to do it on Blizzard?
let's do Blizzard.
All right, let me try Ace this
We're gonna
time.
do countdown Ace. This is gonna be fun.
I'm gonna probably die before I get to the 5-minute time limit, but
So this is on this level. I like using because it's kind of a narrow level with some corridors. You can use reflex. I also think Cyclone's pretty
yeah, I
good
think
on
this
this level
level's
too.
pretty good. I like going 1 ammo, 1 energy pretty much every time because I find that I do run out of ammo pretty quickly if I'm just spamming a ton of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. If we could possibly show it if we can, it might be difficult to capture. But you can actually Control C once you finish a challenge
Oh, yeah.
run, and you'll actually be able to paste all your stats to like
Well, I am
Excel file
not
if you want to.
doing well already.
You know, some of our community members have given us tons of data
Yes.
for challenge mode. We thank them for that. To really kind of help us fine tune a lot of the scores.
Yeah, balancing it with 4 mediocre QA players becomes a little difficult. Okay. Alright. It's because I was talking, right?
All right, redo.
One more.
Redo.
Alright. Yeah, that was the loadout I had. But I do want to start with Cyclone. Alright, let's try this one more time.
Serious mode.
Serious business mode. Focusing on dodging, actually. I am not good at melee bots. This is a bane of my existence. Whether it's the Shredder or Golem. Especially the Phantom in some of these levels that you guys will find out. The perma-cloaked scorpions.
With a lot of help.
Yeah. Alright, so the countdown is in the top left of the screen. As you see there. I am in a bad spot.
I said you gotta use these. You gotta use the boosters in this level. It's one of the few levels that has a lot of these thrown in there, which enemies will use too.
Yes. That was a super guy that just hit me twice,
super
which
gorgeous.
is disgusting. That is the out, actually. I think
The nice thing is that you get the rocket scourges, which are not nearly as annoying as the holiness one. Or the cluster bomb. Yeah, creepers. I still call them cluster bombs for some reason. This is in my head.
They come in clusters. Rapid fire trade. You know what? I'll take that challenge.
You got some creepers.
Okay, so now I got better tracking than creepers, which is gonna be useful. I don't know if my goal should be for getting a high score or should this be for living at this point.
Well, you got 3 minutes.
3 minutes is more than half the time still. Ayo. I know a lot of the higher skilled players will play without auto leveling too, so you'll notice if I try to adjust left and right, it'll always go back down to where the top of my ship is facing up, which it actually works where the top of my ship can be facing down too, as we are now. Let's try that. What? Alright, here we go.
This is hardcore mode now.
This is the cinematic mode, as it were.
Oh boy.
Make you guys all throw up.
You should be forced to use the driller in this mode.
I'm just running away at this point.
Oh, this is even worse.
I don't even know what
there you go.
I've got. Alright, what do I have? Alright, let's see if I can deduce which one of these I have. Alright, you know what?
Oh my gosh.
That's fine. You know, that's a respectable score. You know, 50K on ace. You know,
Yeah,
why
not bad. It's not bad. I mean, half of it you couldn't see anything.
Where am I? You know what? At 15.
Yeah, it's not bad.
What do we have at the top of this? There's a lot of contention for these top spots, and I'm sure once the game actually drops, we're gonna get even more contention.
I said I'm not surprised only 6 people have over 100.
Yeah,
right
no,
now. That's tough.
Ship explosion.
What are people?
Oh, you got one insane run somewhere there.
Bird's Eye and Terminal.
I have a hard enough time surviving until like 50 kills, and then you guys are getting 100.
All right. Well, anything else we want to look at real quick, or?
Let's see. Do we want to try taking some questions from the chat,
Yeah, I want some questions.
Or if you guys want to see any more challenge mode or anything?
Yeah, we got a few more minutes here. Let's anybody else? What do you guys want to see right now?
Now, keep in mind, Saturday we will be on a full version of the game, playing a few levels from the full story mode, including audio logs.
Musician is Dan Wentz. Same creator of the original Descent game soundtracks. Dan Wentz is making the music. He's amazing. Speedrun your favorite mission.
Yeah, you want to speedrun Tarbos?
I'll do Tarbos.
All right.
All right, I'll see how fast I can do Tarbos.
What difficulty are you supposed to do?
I could do it. I don't know. Pick a difficulty. What difficulty should I do Tarbos on?
Could get the fastest time on trainee for sure, but
Tarbos on Rookie. Okay,
Rookie.
that's from Darkwing Dude. Let's do this. All right.
we do plan on having some good ways to speedrun the game too, having timers and such in the game. I don't think we'll see any.
Oh, your controls are all backwards.
Oh yeah,
gosh.
you had. You can do a restart level. That's fine. Might also want to turn the HUD on.
Yeah, I might want that as well. let me just turn those on real quick.
All right, hey, we could show off the restart level functionality.
So yeah, you can click restart level anytime. It's also save and load options right there. Let's restart real quick here. So I have no really fast moving upgrades right now. And I'm just going to ignore most of these guys.
Yeah, we should set up some different pilots. Well, right now we made a pilot just but it's going to be brand new and just set up like that. I think it was not just Dan, but I could get back to you on who else is on the soundtrack as well. You could look at the credits. Actually, you guys could look at the credits.
Do I need that help?
Yeah, that's fair. Especially when you get to the reactor, you're not going to want to be focusing on killing the auto ops so much as the reactor as fast as possible.
Get out of my way, Scorpion.
I've had those ruin runs where Scorpion at the door is just keeping you there. There you go. Oh yeah, we still didn't do the control away from the challenge mode. It's gonna be a little hard to do that. We can set that up for next time and have like a spreadsheet to show you guys. You got the overdrive, that's the pro move right there. All the way down. A little bit of time to steady yourself. Here it is, the home stretch.
Oh no, I hit the wall.
Off center.
Alright.
There it is, not bad time.
That's alright. It's not my best. We'll see what it was at the end. I'm guessing like 220, 230 maybe.
Maybe. GG. What we get? Oh, we don't have the end game time.
201, that's better than I thought. That's not bad. I was expecting like a 215 or so, 220.
Alright.
Not bad. I can't remember. I think I had a 140 something, a 145. But yeah, like I said, it's with all the different. Like I said, I'm not the best at like tricording or whatever. That's probably the overall fastest movement speed. There's going to be some crazy times people are going to put up.
22 seconds to shade.
Oh yeah, I got a lot. There's a lot I can tell you. That was definitely not optimized at all, really. But yeah, it's fun to do. I like doing that level.
Yeah,
It's a pretty quick one. Like I said, normally a person playing that level for the first time might take 15, 20 minutes. And
yeah.
that's what I said. It's kind of a throwback to the classic games where if you really know the level and your movement, you can just put up some crazy times.
And Pelia in Twitch there, yes. There will be some weird speedrunner movement, I'm sure, when everything gets super min-maxed. If you've got tricording on, which we sort of touched on a bit at the beginning of the stream.
And like there's going to be people that can optimize like boosting at enemies at certain times. You might be able to miss them, and you get a big boost of speed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and certain auto ops will weigh more or less too. So sometimes you do want to smash attack like some of the lighter, more easy robots or auto ops rather.
Yeah, we're gonna do some optimizing of this green screen as well. It's
yeah,
a little bright today.
Just a little fuzzy.
I think the sun came out a little bit, but we're.
We got a.
Who's that guy? Who's that giant? That giant guy back there coming in here. But yeah, we're gonna. This is. They said this was just kind of be an introduction to the game this week. We got a lot planned coming up. Going to be streaming every Tuesdays and Saturdays at 2 p.m. Central Time.
Whatever that is, European. If one of you guys there want to say what time it is right there, just subtract an hour and a bit. That's the time we start.
But yeah, we got said you can check out our website playoverload.com as well as Twitter at playoverload. And go right now on Steam. You can purchase the early access version of the game right now and play everything that we've shown right now and more. And just search Overload on Steam, as well as there is the free playable teaser, which includes a couple challenge mode levels, the outpost level, and the training mission.
Yep.
And just search the Overload playable teaser. It's the 3.0 version's out right now.
Yeah, so exclamation point teaser and exclamation point Steam in the chat right now. Steam will take you to the official early access page. The teaser will take you to the teaser page.
Yep, and like I said, we're gonna be streaming Tuesdays and Saturdays. It's gonna be a combination, like you may see us again, and then in the future, we said Saturday we're planning on we'll have spoiler warnings in the title. We're gonna show off a little bit of the story mode with actual game audio from the voice acting.
Yep, you're gonna get
audio
to hear
logs.
the AI that accompanies you throughout the game. You'll get to hear
as well as
big
see
CEO.
the first mission in the game, which nobody has seen before.
Yeah.
So you'll actually be able to see the actual first mission of the game with story content. So that's pretty exciting. But like I said, if you don't want spoilers, do not turn in.
Yeah.
Try not to spoil too much. It's not going to spoil that.
We'll also have these streams if you check our Twitch VODs in the videos up above the screen that way.
It should be on YouTube as well.
YouTube, I think, auto posts it too. Yeah. You can also, if you want to get in and interact with us or some of the devs, we got Mike on there. Sometimes he's learning Discord a little bit. We got
our Discord server with a lot of our fans right now in the chat right now. We see them as well, and a lot of good, community talk back. People talk about old classic games. We've got all sorts of various text channels, as well as later down the line. Like I said, multiplayer is coming with the release on the PC version May 31st. The console version's later down the line.
Yep.
And then, like I said, future streams in the future, we're going to have some of the devs on. I think we're going to have Luke on in a few weeks or a week or so.
Yeah, we plan on having Luke on next week, so we'll post in the Discord and see if we could get some community questions from you guys. Retro Nutcase too, mod support. Things beyond launch are all sort of up in the air, but I know we do have a lot planned in terms of player-made content. So keep tuned for that. We don't have too much news right now. But yeah, definitely join the Discord if you want to interact with us. I know a lot of you guys will be seeing me posting updates all of the time in Discord. But yeah, we got anything else?
I think that's it for this week, guys. This is pretty fun. Like I said, this is our first stream. We may do some slight modifications to the setup as well, maybe new, better microphone, etc. But let us know in the Discord server or on our social media how it looked and sounded. We'll try to adjust things, get things going, maybe get a better script. You
Yeah.
never know. Said this is just kind of winging it, getting used to it.
Yeah.
And we'll see you Saturday. So
yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys.
take it easy.